going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy, back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels to look out for, and then what the future for Apple could look like based on those. So real quick, if you enjoyed these, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below if you are in Apple or what your outlook for the stock market is this week and for the rest of 2020. And I'd love to hear more about that, and we'll get right into it. So what we saw today is a relatively flat day. Apple was down about 9 cents, down 0.08%. Not too much in terms of where it sort of ended up. There was movement throughout the day, but thankfully it was able to recover a lot of what it gave up. Now, taking a look at NASDAQ, it was up slightly, right? Gap down, went down, and then came back up. Same with the Dow. Dow was up about 414 points, which I thought was kind of surprising. That's a decent, up day for Dow, being the day before the election. I was kind of surprised that we saw that. And then the S&P was up $3.62, which is 1.11%. So now for Apple, right, what we see is we ended the day around the 109s on Friday. We opened up today, we pushed up into the 110s, the mid 110s, and then, we were kind of playing around the VWAP, went up under it, came up, didn't really sustain it, and then we were kind of fading throughout the day, right? So pushed up to mid 110s, then we went down all the way into the high 107s. And then we were kind of sideways for a while between this mid 107s to mid 108s, basically going up, going down. Came down to 107.55, a little bit lower, pushed back up, and then we were down at 107.32. And then at that point on, we slowly made a push up, went down, and then pushed up at the VWAP for the close, which was great for the stock to kind of go towards the VWAP. The one thing that I do want to point out, though, is we made a lower low today. So if I were to go, actually, let me see if I could just go back. So today's low was 107.32. If you remember from Friday's video or the weekend video, 107.72 was kind of that point we were looking out for. Now that's 107.30. What did I say? 107.32. Yeah. So taking a look at the daily charts like we do, what we see here is, again, we're sort of, if I take this line and I sort of draw it downwards, right? Not saying it perfectly fits, right? We have some candles, but over the long term, right, we see this sort of downtrend of us making making lower highs, and in some cases we're making lower lows, but that's not necessarily always the case. But one thing's for certain, we are making lower highs. Now, a lot of this that's happened is a general downtrend in the tech sector. Take a look at Amazon, right? Kind of same thing. If I were to, similar with Apple, right? 1013. Let's see if Apple's is also on 1013. Yeah, 1013, draw a downward line. 1013, draw a downward line. I don't think Microsoft's following that. Okay, yeah, it is. 1013, if I could draw like a general trend line, right? They're all making lower highs, and not necessarily having to do with the company itself, right? Apple's a great company, Amazon's a great company, Microsoft's a great company. It's the uncertainty around these stocks. Are we going to have, we've beat earnings, right? But we're still falling. Just goes to show you what the weirdness that's going on with the market right now, and how difficult it is to be sort of predicting what's going to happen next. So the reason I point this out is to say that we are, for the past 2 or 3 weeks, if we were to even do this, yeah, see, this is kind of the what I'm talking about is this trend line that we drew in that candle. I mean, this is a different chart, 1 hour chart over the past few weeks, and we've been downtrending basically since 1013. Just something to keep in mind. I'm again always going to say this because people say I'm not bullish. I am bullish, but I'm telling you what I see in the stock. I do hold Apple. I like trading Apple. I like investing in Apple. I hold Apple for long term. But just something that I see. And then the other thing I sort of want to point out is taking a look at the S&P. We came up, went down, and then came back up, right? So if we were to go back, I wanted to see if I could point this out, but Maybe a 5-day chart would look good. Yeah, see S&P, we were also, today was an up day, but also generally coming down. And again, to kind of reiterate what I've said in the past, a lot of this is the uncertainty of tomorrow, November 3rd being election day. It doesn't matter if Trump wins, it doesn't matter if Biden wins. It's more about the catalyst event that it is, right? So the stock market will do well, right, under both presidencies. History shows us that whether it's a Democratic candidate or a Republican candidate, the stock market doesn't necessarily get impacted by that too much. People think the Republican Party is better for the stock market, but research kind of shows otherwise. Point being, right, I'm not telling you to go vote one way or the other. Do vote though. But my point in saying that is to say, the uncertainty is around what's going to happen tomorrow, right? In many cases, we're expecting that we're not going to get a result tomorrow. If we don't get a result tomorrow, it's just uncertainty on who the next president is, what their policies are, that the market doesn't like. And I think that we could see that kind of playing out over the next couple of weeks. Just something to keep in mind. Also, with the rise in coronavirus cases, in Europe, they've done some shutdowns. I think Germany has done some shutdowns. UK has done some shutdowns. We are expected to be a few weeks behind them in our coronavirus cases, and I think we topped 100,000 cases recorded in one day over the weekend. So if that trend continues, we might see parts of the country not necessarily shutting down, but enforcing some sort of stay-at-home orders, stuff like that, which could cause further uncertainty into the market. Just something to keep in mind as you trade. Now, going back to Apple itself, right? We've got, so like I said, right, today's low point of 107.32 I think is support for now, right? The immediate support. And then if we take a look at the daily chart, what we'll see is I believe I said, so we know that we bounced off of 103 last time, so that will be support all the way down there. And then the next support I believe is in the 105s that we can sort of count on, if you will. So those are support, and then resistance levels. Let's take a look at some of the indicators. So this 113 that I have drawn that held as great support, we could push towards that. Not necessarily, I don't think we push that sometime soon. I think there's a while, right, before we kind of make it up there. But we've got the EMAs, and the last EMA is 108.68, which Apple was able to recapture, right? And the next EMA comes up at 112.75, which is the A EMA, but remember that's going to keep falling because we are under that, so it's going to kind of come to where the stock is right now. And then taking a look at the moving averages, what we'll see is, it's all the way up there, the 20 days 116, 50 days 116, 200 days 90. If we were to go all the way down there, I definitely think that holds up as good support. Hopefully we don't visit it. It's about $18 away right now, so hopefully we don't go down there unless there's some crazy news or crazy uncertainty or something goes super south, right? But yeah, so yeah, just wanted to remind you guys that tomorrow is election day, so just remember that when you're going into any trade. If you're an options trader, a lot of that uncertainty around what's going to happen tomorrow is priced into the options, so your options are going to be expensive, more expensive than they typically would be, and just something to keep in mind as there could be an election upset, there could be no news, and then the market kind of takes a hit for a little bit until we can figure out what's going on. So those are kind of two negative with the coronavirus and the election, and then the positive, as I've said in the past, are the vaccine news. Hopefully we hear from Pfizer soon on that, and then also the stimulus package, which should hopefully pass once the selection stuff is over. So with that, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are, or how you are approaching your trading this week and beyond. I'd love to hear from you guys. So let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.